Well then, today is the big day for our challenge essentially. It has been finally and officially launched.
Yeah, we've been sitting on this for...
months.
Yeah, a good couple of months now. What was it kind of like last summer when Matt kind of...
September, October, something like that?
Yeah, around kind of Isle of Wight adventure time.
Around our party actually, wasn't it?
Yeah, Matt kind of suggested this
mad idea.
wild idea, but, you know, wouldn't expect anything less of him. And
no, he has bought 2 Yugo Salmons, of course, so what do you expect from that man?
So, yeah, for it to finally be kind of actually spoken about in person as well is very strange, and with everybody has been quite nice.
Personally, I'm thinking something maybe along the lines of a Fiat Cinquecento, Seicento possibly, because we've already got quite a Fiat-oriented audience.
We're quite Fiat-friendly, aren't we?
And I mean, I know we have a lot of Mini-based shows, I guess, more so on the channel.
It's never going to be a Mini.
We're never going to find a Mini for £1,000 in today's market. It's not a working one. Speaking with friends who I know are fairly knowledgeable on cars of 1 litre engine size, I guess the Micra has been one that's been constantly, I guess, put forwards. Yeah. And also, I mean, I guess it's been a bit of a running joke between us and Matt and the other team. Toyota Yaris.
Yeah.
It's been a bit of a running joke, as I say, but it is actually a legitimate option. They are very good little cars.
Yeah, and it would be that thing of, if you really couldn't find anything a week before, then that's what you go for. But it would be the kind of,
we had to choose this because we didn't have enough time.
What about like a Matisse, like Deo Matisse?
Deo Matisse, yeah, good shout. 3-cylinder engine, 800 and something cc. So again, within that, and you can find them within budgets.
Yeah.
But really, when you look at the market, there's not a huge amount of cars, to be perfectly honest, that fit within this quite.
Yeah, it's very tight. It's that kind of. It's the obscurities, like the V-dubs that people don't remember and that kind of stuff.
Polo bread fan. But they're going up in value at the minute. They're really going up in value. What else is there? Citroen C1 and its Peugeot and Toyota versions as well. I guess something maybe like a Lupo.
Yeah.
Or the SEAT version, the Arosa, possibly. They're options as well.
It's just keeping your eyes out. Eyes open for whatever's out there.
Yeah. But I think it would be nice to get something Fiat-based for us.
Yeah.
I expect Matt and Kaz are probably going to look at getting something stupidly cheap to buy, but it will inevitably be broken in some way, shape or form.
Yeah, probably. But they have the skills to put it back together again.
And the space and the facilities.
And the knowledge. So
whatever
I don't see them... Like, whereas we wouldn't go for that idea because we've both got, full-time jobs, less space, less ability to do that kind of thing. Not that we wouldn't like to learn, but we haven't learnt it yet. Whereas I think generally their team, and I think Kaz's parents are quite involved in the car scene as well. I think they're involved in the minis. So between them, they've probably got quite a lot of skills. So it would be something they can maybe draw on. But I don't know what they're going to get. It could be anything.
No, but
comfort is a key for them, though. That's one thing that they have said they wanted to be comfortable.
And Matt's also said he's going to go for something that's got good resale value.
Yeah. Obviously, that's nice to have the money back. That's what pays for these things to happen again and again and again. You use that same, well, in this case, £3,000 and put it back in. And
away you go with something else.
Yeah, which is great and what we want to do more of.
Yeah.
How about Louise and Joe, then? What do you reckon they've got? Joe we've never met until today. And
no.
I mean, Louise, we haven't. Kaz and Louise, we haven't spent particularly much time with. It's pretty much the Isle of Wight.
And a few little socials here, there,
and a few extra little bits. I mean, we did spend a day playing crazy golf with them and eating ice cream, which was lovely.
That's very fun.
But yeah, we've never met Joe before, so we don't really know him. He's keeping his cards quite close to his chest. He's very quiet.
I reckon.
So either he's really, really bad at keeping secrets, and Louise has just told him to just not say anything, or he's just a very quiet person.
It's hard to say, as you said. I think, in all honesty, I think they're probably going to be the least predictable team.
Yeah.
Because you've got two minds working at this. I mean, you obviously think quite differently from me.
Yeah, but I think as well, like we've said before, that you're a lot more knowledgeable, obviously, in terms of the car stuff. I've got the planning head, like that's fine. I'll help Matt plot the route and that kind of thing. I've done it kind of already. We're working on a point system with some of the things and a bit of a bingo game, and all that's coming from like my end.
So overall, Matt and Kaz, I think they might go for a smart car.
Okay.
Maybe even a smart roadster and try and fix it up or something like that. Can you imagine them in that for 1,000 miles?
They're both quite tall.
They are, but it's surprisingly spacious.
Is it? I've never
I
been
think
in
is maybe the best way of saying it with one of those. I've never sat in one, but they look quite spacious. That's for a Daihatsu Copen, I think.
It's going to be odd. That's the thing
you
with
can
this,
expect
though.
it to be.
You can't predict at all what people are going to get.
No.
Because Matt and Kaz are both massively into their minis, obviously so is Louise, but Matt and Kaz are both into their minis, but you're never going to get a mini unless it's an absolute like pile of rust, and they're not going to be able to fix it up for less than £1,000.
I can see.
You can buy a rusty mini for £1,000, never mind anything else.
I can see Matt buying a body shell and just building up
with
all
bits
he's got. Yeah. As for Louise,
but if they're going for comfort though, they're not going to go for a mini.
No, unless they put later seats in, but
No.
that's a whole other argument. As for Louise and Joe, I think
she likes her Japanese cars though.
Something Japanese.
Yeah.
Maybe a Micra, possibly even a Yaris.
And
I
he
know
drives
Joe.
a Kia. What's that?
I don't know.
Don't know where Kia's from.
Oh, Kia. Oh, sorry, I didn't know whether you meant what model he's got. I didn't
no,
know.
it's an
South Korean.
So they'll probably stick to something along those lines.
Maybe even a Daewoo it is, because that's again South Korean.
Potentially.
But yes, I think for us we want to try and find something that's reasonably modern, somewhat simple, easy to maintain.
We want an element of comfort.
We want comfort, yeah, definitely.
And you're going to be sat in it for 8 hours a day.
Massive priority though. It's February we're doing this.
Yeah,
a good heater. A good heater. Yeah, that's priority one I think with this. Yeah. Good heater. Worry about everything else later.
Yeah. As long as it's got 4 wheels, an engine and a heater, we're fine.
Yes. So, yeah, those are our options. Today is the 22nd of January, and we're in the Fiat 500. We're heading down to have a look at a car. And yes, I did say down. We're heading off to the West Country. I don't think this car is actually one we've looked at as of yet on screen or anything, but it's one that came up very, very quickly. And as with this challenge, and from patterns we've noticed so far, if you don't act on a car quickly, it tends to go also quickly. So yeah, it came up last night and we're heading down this morning. It's currently 9:45 in the morning. Today should be a good day, but let's see. This may turn into nothing. We may get a car out of it. Only time will tell. This morning we took a bit of a trip down to Somerset, and yes, at this point I can confirm we did indeed buy the car. It's located behind this garage door. Shall we have a look at it? A 2003 SEAT Arosa S. Well, here it is then, the latest addition to the fuel power fleet, and the car that's going to take us 1,000 miles around Great Britain. Now, I've always liked the shape of these cars. Essentially it's a Volkswagen Lupo. The main critical difference between the two, however, is the fact that this is wearing a SEAT badge rather than the Volkswagen badge. Nonetheless, the two cars are pretty much the same, and as I say, I quite like the shape of them. There's something quite simple but also quite elegant about the design. And also, it's got something quite important under there. It's got a 1 litre 50 horsepower engine with a 5-speed gearbox that comes from the VW Polo Mark III. And as we know, Volkswagen is constantly spoken about positively for reliability. And of course, to do 1,000 miles, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, especially not for a car that's generally still quite modern, although this is now what, 20 years old at this point. It's always good to know that there's a product out there for doing something like this that is going to be reliable. There weren't actually that many of these cars available for us to have a look at, so I think we struck lucky with this one. It's in pretty good condition. It's got a bit of a scrape down the side here. The alloys, okay, on this side they're okay, but on the other side they're not necessarily in the best condition. But they could be worse. As I say, it's a 20-year-old car. You expect it to be a little bit interesting cosmetically, shall we say, but mechanically it is perfectly sound. So we chose it for the reliability side of things, but we also chose it because if I open up the boot using the fancy badge, it's massively practical. You can adjust the rear seats to give you a bit more space, not that I think we'll need to, because it is very unlikely that anybody will be in the back of this car at any time on this trip, unless of course one of the other teams has a bit of a failure. So yeah, space in the back here, plenty of it, and obviously we got the rear seats as well, and you can just put these down if we have to. So yeah, plenty of space for all the food-based things and everything else that we require for this trip. But also if we have a look on the inside, because it's an S, it's a bit more luxurious. It gets electric windows, which I'm going to zoom in. There we go, and focus a bit. And getting into the car, there's really not a lot to the dashboard of it, to be perfectly honest. It's quite a simple design. You get like a little luggage net down there as a door pocket. Steering wheel with airbag, passenger side airbag there. Stereo, 2 cup holders, which, look at this, I love this. That one won the race. Very over-engineered for a car like this, but I do like the styling and the design of that. I could play with that all day if I really wanted to. Aftermarket stereo, that was done by the previous owner because they wanted a better sound quality, which is going to be great for doing 1,000 miles in this car. Heater, brilliant, there's no other word for it. It is the best heater I think I've ever seen or had the pleasure of using in a car. Obviously we don't get air conditioning in this model, so really the only aircon you've got is that little switch there. But given we're doing this challenge in February, I don't think we're going to need aircon all that much, I'll be perfectly honest. A heater is a much more preferred thing to have. You do get manual windows, mirrors for some reason. So you get some nicety such as that, but yeah, manual everything else. But yeah, other than that, plenty of leg room in the front with the seats all the way back. As I say, nobody's going to be in the back of this car unless one of the cars breaks down. You've got height adjustment. You've got very, very comfy seats. Except this one looks like it's been chewed by something a little bit, but again, cosmetics, it doesn't bother me all that much, I'll be perfectly honest. Little light up here, that works nicely. Vanity mirrors, again, hello. I'm not going to be using that too much on the journey, I don't think. But otherwise, a very nice and well put together car. I also like that we got this piece of metal. Some people will argue that's maybe not necessarily a premium thing because it's usually done to save a bit of cost, which is valid criticism, I suppose, of any car. But given we're doing a bit of a road trip, I suspect we'll collect magnets and things, so something like that there could be a great place to put a magnet. Yeah, overall, really happy with this car. I have no doubts it's going to do the 1,000 miles really without any problems. It starts first time on the key, controls very, very predictable, plenty of space for snacks and drinks and things. I'm a happy boy, plus you can plug your phone into the 12 volt socket just down here. Yes, this is our car. Let us know what you think down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and it's on to the challenge. Can't wait to see what the other two teams bring along to it.